Let's talk about the Game Awards. Why all this fuss? Why all this backlash against the Game Awards when there are other award-giving bodies like DICE or even the Grammys for music nominees? At the current moment, the Game Awards is currently the one with the most viewership in the gaming industry. It has the most eyes, and even if it's not necessarily the most legitimate award-giving body, I don't even know what counts as a legitimate award-giving body. That is not the point of this video. And by the way, if you're curious about how the award nominees are chosen, Alana Pierce recently put out a really good video detailing the behind-the-scenes process on how the nominees and the awardees are selected. So go watch that. There's even an interesting tweet that I saw. Somebody counted how many hours were allotted to awards and how many hours were allotted to game trailers. I think 11 minutes were allotted to awards and acceptance speeches, and 2 hours allotted to game trailers. So it's very obvious what they currently prioritize, what Jeff Keighley and his team currently prioritize when it comes to the Game Awards. I don't know if there's any perfect award-giving body, but at this current time, at this current moment, the Game Awards is the one that has the most viewers, has the most attention. That's why it's being given a bigger deal than most, because a lot of people watch the Game Awards. Like myself, I watch the Game Awards because I want to see who will win. I'm rooting for my favorite game developers, my favorite game composers to win and all that. But also there's a lot of other people who watch the Game Awards for announcements and all that. My daughter was super excited with the announcement of the new character from Guilty Gear because she's a huge Guilty Gear player. Yes! And stuff like that. You know, there's a varied audience watching the Game Awards for different reasons. And I watch for basically both. I'm also excited for trailers, but I'm also excited for awardees. But the common sentiment is I think they could have given more time for the awardees' acceptance speeches. Like, for example, when Larian won the award for Game of the Year, they were cut off. They were told to wrap it up quite a bit too soon. And then when Neil, what is his name again? Astarion voice actor, Neil Newbon. When Neil Newbon was giving his best performance speech and he was about to go into a part of his speech that included touching lives and inclusivity and all, he was told to cut it off.
Sorry, I'm going to wrap it up apparently.
And I think that was quite rude. It is very clear what their priority is. They need that sweet, sweet advertiser money. And sadly for now, there's no other award-giving body that kind of has an equivalent scope, an equivalent amount of attention being given to it. I would love to have competition for the Game Awards. They say there's also the DICE Awards. The DICE Awards, which is the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, kind of like a related body to the Oscars, I would say. But there's really no hype around the DICE Awards or any other award-giving body when it comes to the game industry. So right now, we only have the Game Awards as that unifying moment, whether we like it or not, that unifying event that all of us can rally around to. And that is why it is getting the most flack, because it is also getting the most attention so far. And like I said, it is not perfect, a ton of room for improvement. And Jeff Keighley seems to be someone who appears to listen to feedback. You know, actions speak louder than words. And most of the feedback from the music part of the game devs from the previous Game Awards, I don't think they've been heard. Or maybe they've been heard, but nothing was changed. There's still no musical segment to feature the nominees for Best Music. Heck, even this Game Awards, there was not even any acceptance speech for music. They had an acceptance speech for audio, best audio design. That's great. Audio designers are also kind of underrated. They're an unsung hero.
Thank you so much.
But music, in my opinion, contributes even more to the experience of the game. The music is the heart and soul of a video game. Music is the heart and soul of a movie. Without music, there's no emotional impact. It's gonna be boring. Music is what makes gaming timeless. When you finish a game, what aspect, what element of a game do you bring out of the game? Do you bring with you every day to kind of relive your memories of the game? It's the music, because you can do other things, you can do work, whatever, listen to the music in the background and kind of relive the best moments in the game. You can't do that with graphics. You can't do that with sound effects. You have a playlist of sound effects of video games that you listen to on a daily basis. No, you don't do that. You have the soundtrack to keep you company after you've finished experiencing the game. So dare I say, the music is the most important part of any piece of media, whether it's film or video game, because music is the one that will keep the memories of the game alive. Music is the one that will possibly invoke that emotion in you. Oh, I want to play the game again, to go back to playing the game. So the Game Awards not even giving proper attention to music nominees is an outrage. It's a total disrespect for the craft, for the discipline, for the musicians who give their heart and soul to composing these masterpieces to transport you to other worlds. Larian talking about a friend that passed away and then wrap it up. Oh my God, that. I blame Kratos. Well, this is a joke, of course. This is a joke before you quote me out of context. I blame Kratos. Christopher Judge is infamous for giving that 8-minute speech during last year's Game Awards. And I think that kind of triggered a reaction for the team to limit the speeches. But I think it was too much of a reaction. It was like too much on the other side of the pendulum. It is too short this time. So I hope that next year they're now able to balance it out. Just let the developers speak, especially for major awards like Game of the Year. I'm just so glad that Sven Vink was able to show off his beautiful armor on stage.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's what I was hoping to see at the end of the awards. And thank goodness it happened. But yeah, that is kind of my rant, kind of my rave in the Game Awards. Despite the criticism, I still get a lot of enjoyment out of watching the Game Awards. I still am rooting and cheering for my favorite games, for my favorite devs, my favorite composers, of course. I still get a lot of entertainment out of it, but that is me talking as a consumer side. In terms of being a musician, being a creator, I definitely see and hear the criticisms from my other fellow creators, from my peers, my heroes in the gaming industry. They're all saying the same thing, especially in the music side. And I think it would really benefit Jeff Keighley and his team to listen. It will just make everything better for everyone involved. After a year of massive layoffs and so many bad news for the game developers side, I think they just want to be given a chance to speak and be heard without getting interrupted after 30 seconds. But what do I know? I'm just some YouTuber who makes reaction content.